The first step in our tutorial is to create small sparks for the hit impact. Now, the particle system is already made. I will not be rebuilding it from scratch, but I will be showing you where to locate the various properties in the various modules, how to create new emitters, basically walking you through where each of the things in the tutorial in the wiki is located. So, to make a new emitter, you right-click here, select New Particle Sprite Emitter. You'll want to change the name of your particle emitter, so click on it up here so that it turns orange. And down here in Properties, we have the emitter name. We're going to call this Sparks Small 2, and that is our brand new emitter. Now, we need to assign a material to the emitter. The material is located under the Required module, where you can select this little magnifying glass to find the object in the content browser, or the little arrow to use the selected object in the content browser if you already have the material selected. So we already have it selected, but I'll just show you. You would select it here, close the browser, and then click the little green arrow, and you would have the basic blue flare material assigned to your emitter. Then you're going to come down here, change your screen alignment to velocity. This will align the particles based upon the direction they're facing, not based upon the view. Now we're going to scroll down to emitter duration. Emitter duration is going to be a very small value, 0.1. Emitter loop is going to be 1, because this is going to be a quick burst of spark. This is not an effect that is going to loop continuously or last a long time. For now, we're going to turn off our new emitter and look at our existing emitter and see how some of these numbers affect the various modules. The property you're going to want to look at under the lifetime module is lifetime distribution. Min at 1, max at 0.2. Your next module is your initial size module. Your main factors here are your start size distribution, max and min. As you can see for these, Z is set to 0 because you don't need a Z value when you're in velocity mode. Again, these have a max value here and a min value here. These are your primary properties that you'll be changing in your initial size module. Next, you have your size by life module. Actually, let's do initial velocity instead. The main properties you're going to look at here are start velocity and distribution. Again, you have max and min values. Next, we've got acceleration. Once again, max and min values. The acceleration makes the sparks fall instead of blasting straight out behind the impact. As you can see, there's a max acceleration and a min acceleration, which causes the sparks to kind of drift off slowly as they shoot back from the point of impact. Next, there's the color over life module. Color over life causes the sparks to be very bright in the beginning, and then they kind of fade out and desaturate towards the end. We can find those properties under color, color over life, distribution, constant curve, and points. These are essentially keyframes. So for each keyframe, you can put in a series of values to cause the color over life to basically taper through the particle's life. Right here we've got N value is the point in the particle's lifespan. 0 is right at the very beginning. Here we've got 0.4, which is 40% into the particle's lifespan. And here we've got 0.7, which is 70%, and finally 1, which is the end of the particle's lifespan. Now you can see from the numbers here, your out value is your degree of saturation or color, 14, 18, 16. And then a little farther along, 2.2, 2.4, see they're dramatically smaller. And then last, at the very end of the particle's life cycle, they're all at 0, having faded out completely. So you can see the relationship between the numbers and the particle effect there. Last, we have size by life, which is pretty similar to color over life. Basically, it causes the particles to start off at one size and end at another size. Much like color over life, this has keyframes. Very beginning of the particle's life cycle, here at N value, and the out value factors, 20% of the particle's life cycle, and at the end of the particle's life cycle. This basically makes our sparks wider at the beginning of the effect and narrower and fading out towards the end. And once again, the graph is very useful in creating a smooth transition with these overlife modules. And that is a basic rundown of how you are going to create sparks.